One of the other services we provide is volunteer coordination. So a school or a church or an individual can call us up, tell us what they'd like to be able to do, maybe we might ask them about their spiritual gifts if it's a church group, and we try to plug people into areas that we think will be high impact, suitable for their needs. One example is Williamson High School has used our services for about 7 years now.
Hi, I'm Tracy O'Hara. I'm a counselor at Williamson High School, and I participate in Project Urge. We support students going there 2 times a year. We bring about 40 students on each trip. It really shows them the impact, I guess, that you can have by being involved in your community. And that's one of our goals, is to hopefully that students see it firsthand. And it really opens themselves up to what's happening outside of their small-knit community that they live in. You know, we would urge other people to do it. It's just been a great experience, and that's why we've come back for so many years.
Project Urge has sent us some great groups from schools, from churches, civic groups. Everyone comes down, they get into the retail damaged product, figure out if it's acceptable or not. They weigh it up, they label it, they palletize it, and eventually it ends up at places like homeless shelters, church pantries, food cupboards.
Urgent presentation tour is something we do each year. We generally gather ministries and organizations from around the city of Rochester and open it up to churches and the general public to come in and get to know all these different ministries and what they do, so that they might be able to support them and maybe get involved. And this is also sort of a rallying cry for a lot of these ministries and organizations to also sort of network with one another. Each year when we look at the surveys, we find that most people only knew a couple of the organizations or ministries and knew very little about the rest of the ministries. So we give them an opportunity to dialogue and tour some of the facilities, and we generally have some workshops and guest speakers, which are always interesting too. One of the benefits of being part of Project Urge is all the free publicity you get. We do newsletters a couple times a year, and all the people who are affiliated with Project Urge or participate in our meetings get to be part of that newsletter and advertise or let people know about their ministry in that newsletter, and it doesn't cost them a dime. The other thing we do is we do e-briefs a couple times a month where we let people know things that are going to be pertinent to their area, areas where they could become involved, areas of concern where they might want to show up for a meeting or might be something that's of interest to their neighborhood.
Almost 8 years ago, I was invited to go to something called Project Urge. Urge says that we need to act immediately, that it has to happen right away, right now. We must do this.
I see Project Urge as the catalyst for connecting churches and other faith-based organizations to collaborate their resources and their ideas to make the greatest impact possible for the oppressed and to transform the community into a Christ-like community.
I met some beautiful people from different agencies across the city, some churches where there were people who were saying, you know, we have a problem. And the problem is the urgent need to do something about race relations. We need to do something about the violence in our community, the needs of our children. We need to have people on the same page working together to create change in our community.
We in the body of Christ oftentimes we're divided by many different things, by our denominations, by our location, whether we're in the city or in the suburbs or in rural parts of the area, and sadly enough, even by race. One of the great things about Project Urge is that it breaks down all those barriers. It brings people together from many different aspects of the body of Christ, and it finds common ground for us, not only just to sit around and maybe do worship together, but we come together to serve together, to work to expand the vision that God has given us in the body of Christ, for us all to be one.
Project Urge is making lasting impressions, becoming a model for how the church provides support to ministries that are on the ground.
Project Urge has just been a blessing to us. There's a lot of people that I've met since I've been doing this, and they come in and they volunteer and they help. Sometimes financially, just sometimes come to help prepare the food and give it out and everything. And you get to know them, and some of them are like family.
They helped us paint, they helped us do drywall, they helped us secure equipment, but most importantly, they helped us where we needed, which was the love that we needed from the Christian church.
And really would encourage different churches, faith-based community organizations to jump on board and help Project Urge with the mission of collaboration and everyone working together to help this community be a better place.
This is a tremendous vision, a tremendous ministry that's bringing people together to help solve problems in our community.
I believe wholeheartedly in my relationship with Project Urge, and believe that the efforts that they're putting out are from the heart, and that's what makes a difference. When you do something from the heart, hearts, whether they're from the inner city or suburban, they meet. And when the heart meets, God's work is done.
You have been watching Crossroads. Today's guest was Project Urge. If you would like to access some of the services mentioned during the show today, or if you'd like to volunteer with some of the ministries uplifted on the show, please go to www.projecturge.org or call 223-8340. Also, don't forget to stop by my new website, www.atlibertyministries.com, where you'll find links to agencies featured on Crossroads, as well as clips from previous shows. Crossroads is here to provide you with information when you need it most. So the next time you're at a crossroads, tune in to Crossroads.
I was so helpless. Where did the light go? I had no hope left. Deep down in my soul, I was watching, I was waiting, I was praying, I was staying down on my knees. It's right where you found me. My deliverer, you rescued me from all the hell.
We don't care if your graphics aren't flashy, or if your audio doesn't sound perfect, or if you're not the world's greatest camera person. We just want to see what you want us to see, and to know what you would like us to know. Your local public access television station has tools and resources to make this possible, so that we can see what you see. It's the freedom to communicate, and it's only on cable.
Wanna live long, you need to watch your health. Stop it, pop it, protect yourself. If you don't know what to do, just ask for help. Stop it, pop it, protect yourself. In this day and age, you really should be aware. Stop it, pop it, protect yourself. Listen to some information I'd like to share. Stop it, pop it, protect yourself. Now the bubble can creep in you without warning. The statistics in the hood is so alarming. Ages 18 to 24, listen to this. Cause it's your age group they consider most at risk. And I know you still young, you just wanna have fun. But if you think about it, life really just begun. In one split second, you can make a deadly mistake. So protect yourself to avoid the heartache. The bubble is something we can all avoid. But if you don't, then your life the bubble can destroy. The bubble pops up where you least expect it. So do yourself a favor and stay protected. It's a PSA, so each one teach one about the danger of AIDS and HIV prevention. It's a global crisis, but what you can do to help is stop it, pop it, protect yourself.